How's it going? Beautiful brothers and sisters. Here we are. Here we are, still in it, doing our thing, existing. Totally aware of it. Totally cognizant of a beautiful realm that we are so gracious and gifted with. That's about what I see it as, I feel like in the times that we're in, where with wars and all kinds of craziness, man, to be fair, to be honest with you. Epstein list, people are going against these groups of people, this groups of people. Everybody's worried about the world ending. Not everybody. I'm just saying I see these things online. I'm sure that someone watches any of my videos, they may not ever see any of these things. But from what I perceive and what I'm seeing from the world, it's like, it's a lot of doom and gloom action, right? And for me, I've already went through a lot of these psychological attacks and warfare, and just like my emotions getting, amplified over certain things a lot of times. But it's not even like, to me, after I went through all that, I come to realize that it's not even like none of it needs to be in my scope or awareness, right? Like, if it's happening, it's happening, and that's sad. And like, I know that I'm one man amongst many of beautiful existent beings, just as I am with whoever's watching this video. I'm existing amongst you as you exist amongst me. And all I can ever really hope is that I just give my love and my grace to everybody. They give me the same. And we just move forward no matter what, no fear through all this stuff, like, I don't even really care about any of it anymore. I don't worry about the world ending. I don't worry about God coming back and doing anything. I look at everything as its design function. I look at how God designed us, how God designed our realm, and I don't look at what the man is trying to push towards my face. No one's gonna know. I'm not. It's so crazy how people will be so into religion, super Christians, and then it even says within your doctrine that no one's gonna know the hour, no one's gonna know the day, no one's gonna know the time. But then you have a million of them that will just say, "You see this, and you see this, and you see that. It's coming. It's coming. Like, the world's gonna end. Jesus is coming back." But yet it tells you that you won't know, right? And also, what's the point of fearing or wanting that to happen? You get to be in a beautiful experience currently. And the only way that you make it not beautiful is by choosing and aligning in your mind to things that are going to make you fear, or look at your world as a lesser than, or look at yourself as a lesser than, or anything else around you. If you just sit there and just listen to everybody else, they're going to convince you to be scared, because they've convinced me in time, throughout my life. I've been worried and nervous about wars, nuclear war, nuclear fallout. I've been worried and nervous about, God coming back, Jesus coming back. Not nervous about it, but like wanting it, because I saw the world and I was like, man, this place is cooked, Brody. But like, for real, like, looking at it now, I love it, man. I love just life in itself and existence in itself, experiencing time, getting older, learning more, getting wiser. These things I enjoy tremendously, because I've come to realize, in my opinion, the greatest gifts, the greatest news, and that's this here, the awareness, the consciousness of my life. Same thing that you have. You are so powerful and so immense with what you do every day that, if you're constantly plaguing that awareness and that consciousness with fear-based stuff, future events, past traumas, all these things, you're taking your beautiful mind and you're just programming it to see a bunch of things that are going to cause negative emotional patterns within your vessel that you don't need to do. And we all do it, because I still do it to this day, but not nearly as much, because I'm always able to come back to this moment here, and this moment here, and this moment here. I realize that my awareness is the most valuable, precious thing that I have. You know, for instance, people say that you come into this world with nothing and you own nothing. Dude, you own and manifest an entire vessel. You come into this world with an entire vessel, high-tech, like the most technologically advanced skin suit, fucking physical vessel that I could ever even try to fathom. Computing and analyzing data times a million. You perceive an entire world constantly, all the time. Don't get me going about what the vessel can do, because we all know, you know, I say it all the time. We know. This shit heals. We heal. I'll never understand that. What a beautiful part. Look at how you're designed and the functions of your body, and tell me that that's not a perfect design, bro. I mean, come on. As I speak, you instantaneously hear me in the speed of light through a fucking device. Develop thoughts and opinions instantaneously, speed of light, once again. Your mind is puts the patterns of my voice, because as I speak out of my voice, I'm speaking in a pattern. Incredible. Intelligent design. You are the same thing. Your intelligent receiver up here receives it, puts it all together in the pattern, and then understands exactly what I'm saying. Isn't that something? You know, it's when you take so much grace and like gratitude, man, for what this is, everything else is so whatever. You can't, no one's going to be able to come into your field, your aura field, your vibe, and dictate your waters. You dictate your waters by how you see the world in your mind and how you perceive your existence. There's a million different ways, man, an infinite amount of ways that people talk about this place. Everybody's got their own unique visions, their own unique perception, and that's remarkable in itself. Everybody's literally living in their own world, Like, my world is nothing like anybody else's that I see. Same as their world's nothing like anything that I've ever seen. I can just tell. It's how do you feed your mind? How do you talk to God, spirit, self? How do you do that? How do you talk to your soul and your spirit? How do you talk to God? Well, for me personally, the way that I've done it, and especially for the past year, after getting through, you know, all the turmoil and the dark night of the soul is what some people want to call it, we always are evolving and elevating our level of mind, consciousness. We're always evolving and elevating our understanding of what we see, or what we think we see. Whether you want it to be an illusion, a matrix, a simulation, none of these words matter. These are just words that you, the gifted, powerful being, is like, you're analyzing and computing this with awareness and consciousness. You. How much power is that truly? You know, like, what would you think true power is beyond that? See, someone could come into my life, say anything that they want. They could say whatever they want. It's so easy for me. It really is. You come into my life and you say, this place is a negative or something, or this place is this, and this is happening here, and this is happening there. Well, bro, I shut you. I cut that off, and I'm gonna combat what you just said with complete positivity and enlightenment. What I'm saying and how I see the world and how I live is nothing but truth for me, because that's my perception. That's what I've created in my realm, in my magical realm up here. My imagination, my dreams, my aspirations is all equated back to just nothing but grace and gratitude for every moment, every existent moment. I could not exist, but I do. I could be an ant. I could be a cockroach. I could be any insect. I could be any animal. But somehow, some way, I'm so blessed to be the intelligent, designed human vessel that I am. I am literally, I can't even put it into words what that means to me. And I say this to myself constantly, to constantly enlighten myself and remind myself, look at what we're doing. Look at what you're doing. Look at how all this is playing out. Everything is so beautiful and precious for me and you and anybody else whenever you realize it, whenever you value the awareness, whenever you value the consciousness, whenever you value you. To me, that was always one of the most, hardest things to understand, because you would look at religions. I was Christian my whole life, and Christianity says, look at Jesus, follow Jesus. Jesus is the one, Jesus is the way. And I'm with you on that. I love Jesus. But Jesus also told us, the other children of God, that it is within us, that he is within us, the Spirit is within us. The only way through the Father is through him. But what that means to me is, the only way through the Father is to realize that you have spirit inside your body that allows you to exist. Energy itself is literally within you. You're a walking energy force. You are walking. By definition, you are energy itself. It's incredible. And I realized it. Nothing else. Bro, y'all have to realize, this type of shit right here, I get so overwhelmed sometimes of what I'm doing just from looking around. I'll be looking around, seeing colors. I start crying. I see colors. I know that somebody else can perceive the things that I say, and I'm not sure where it could go per se, but I do know that there's the aspect of somebody else seeing it, hearing what I'm saying, and not believing in such beauty like I do, and it could cause issues, or it could cause a negative thought towards me, and I get it. But it's not me, it's the person themselves that just simply chooses, because they're so powerful, man. Whoever's watching this video, you're so powerful. You're picking and choosing. You're just picking and choosing how you want to see it. Somebody told you this years ago about the world, and you just took it and bought it for over and over again for many times. You can always change it if it's bad, if it's negative. If you look at yourself in a negative, you look at your world in a negative, that can all be changed by you, because that's what you are. You're the powerful receiver. You're the one that has the power of God within you. I stand so firm in this shit, man. I'm telling y'all. I'm not lying to you guys. I know that, everybody has, their issues in life. I have my own. I got plenty, man. Plenty of emotional and psychological detriments that I do to my own self. I'm no better than anybody, but I know that I'm no worse. And I know that my greatest gift that I have, that I was gifted with, is my perception, my awareness. I don't fear God. Why would I fear something so powerful? I'm gonna die anyways. You see? This thing that created all this, that has this existence itself, it loves us so much that it gives us water from the sky. That's all I can say. It gives me seeds for the ground. What more could I have asked for? It gives me complete awareness and cognizant everything to instantaneously, no effort, my mind. If my mind was a computer and it was analyzing the data and creating the realm, there's no rendering to my knowledge. It's just instantaneously an entire realm. I'm in a room, but my mind's also perceiving the room plus the outside of the room, right out the window, right out those doors right there. My mind just knows that there's an entire realm out there, and it has it all perceived. With all of what's around me, I just know what's there. What an immense amount of power and data that my mind can do, and I don't even try. And you do the same thing, but are you aware of it? Are you truly aware of what this thing is up here and what it's doing? I looked at everything so deeply for so long, and it always put me in some type of psychological detriment until it just all clicked for me. And I was like, damn, God just showing me the light, man, showing it to me. And I could never show it to somebody else. I try to explain. I try to say it to people, and I know that it's up for them. It's up to whoever they are to see their own self, to see their own awareness, to realize that there's nothing to fear, to realize that death is a beautiful thing, that this is a sacred cycle of existence, to experience time within time, to be time itself, an energy force itself with a physical vessel experiencing tangible objects in a physical world. You're so blessed. Everybody. Every single one of you. Every single person that's ever existed is blessed. You know, there's evil people. People do bad things. We all do bad things. These people that do bad things, you have to realize that if you're a person that has discernment inside, you have your soul still, you feel really deeply about everything still, even if it's sadness or madness, you have a lot of emotions inside you. Realize something. When you see and hear things about what some people are doing, right? Some evil motherfuckers and what they do, think about it from your own perspective. For me, for instance, when I have done anything in my life, it stays in my mind and in my heart when I hurt somebody. I live with that and it hurts for long years and years upon years. Small things. Now imagine doing some of the most evil things. Some of the most, things that you can't even fathom. Now imagine that being what they have to live with. And then you tell me who's blessed. You know, they were blessed with life and existence and then inflicted chaos on everybody. Inflicted and, decided that they were better than everybody. In some essence, right? Now imagine trying to live with that every day. Imagine your little small minuscule issues that you've done and caused and created, that you live with, that plague you. Now amplify it times a million and imagine what that would feel like. And realize that if you ain't doing all that stuff, ain't nothing to worry about. Because you don't got to live with these things that these people have done. They have to. Them and their spirit and their soul, they have to live with those things, man. We don't even got to get payback on nobody. We ain't even got to do nothing to nobody. We ain't got to hurt nobody. These people did what they've done, and they have to live with that. Period. End of discussion. They in the end of it, when the sacred cycle ends for them, I don't know what happens. I don't know if they get judged. I don't know if they cease to exist. I have no idea. But it's the idea that while they're existing, I don't care what's going on. I don't care how desensitized they are, how much hoops they jump through in their mind. I know it sits there. And I'm so glad I don't have to live with these things. And you shouldn't live with it either. Because somebody else does some horrific shit. Don't sit there and dwell on it because you didn't do it. You, especially if you're giving out grace and love and enlightening people, come on now, you're one of one. You're a diamond. You're a diamond. Okay? You're a diamond. You're gold itself. You're the most valuable thing on this fucking planet, man. Every single one of you. I'm telling y'all. I know it. I feel it. I sense it. When I speak words to people, and I give love and grace, nothing better. No more value. There's nothing more valuable than what, even if they don't care, even if they don't like to listen to me, even if they don't believe me, I don't care. It's everything to me. It's the most valuable thing I could ever do to anybody, is to tell them what they are, in my opinion. A powerful, magical being in a magical realm. You exist, and your existence cannot be quantified. Your existence cannot be downplayed. Your existence cannot be inferior, superior, any of these things that we've been doing for so long for some reason. It's take the grace and love and care for what the experience is itself and realize what you are. Be aware. Take value in this awareness. Take value in your consciousness. And you'll realize that like the money, whatever. I know money is so fucking rooted in all this shit. It's such a huge part of our realm. But that was design function from man, not God. Not God. And when you realize this, everything changes. Everything changes for you. The money is one thing, it's a tool. But it's only a tool for you, the magical being, to access. The only thing that like every value in this world is done by you in your mind. If you value this, you're going to value that, right? And if you don't have it, then you have no value. But if you value your mind, your awareness, your supercomputer brain, you'll realize it's already there. So by that definition, there's no more value to seek or gain when you have the mind itself. You are so fucking blessed and so fucking powerful. I put it on my fucking soul. And everybody else that tries to tell you that you're not, or that it's not, is simply not fucking seeing the bigger picture. They're sad. They're mad about something. They're upset over here, upset over there. They don't have this, they don't have that. Dude, they got awareness. They got an eyes to see, They got all the tangible fucking gifts to allow you to tap into a physical fucking world. Imagine being so blessed, and this whole time, the entire world has been trying to get you from not seeing your own gifts. So, it's not that, the gifts are just immense and undeniable, and we all have unique, special ones. So, if only we could all see it. If only it was observed by everybody in an instantaneous moment, how different everything would be, in my opinion. Some people love the world in its current state, and I'm not here to argue you. That's cool. I'm with you, I guess. In some essence, there's cool things about it. Society itself, the idea that I get to experience so many different vessels that's beyond myself, that is intelligent just like me, and I can have a full-blown conversation with them, is amazing. I can watch another person's talent, watch them do what they do, and just be in awe of how special this person is at what they do. You see? I take so much fucking love and attention to these things. And I put all my value of what I am into my awareness. I put all the value of what I am into what I'm doing. You guys are blessed, man. And I know I say it all the time, but I'm going to keep saying it, bro. That's all I can do. All I can do is continue to tell people the truth. And the truth, can be anything. It's up for you to perceive it. I love you guys.